expecting someone else? Hi, I'm Chris O'Donnell. The bat signal has been familiar to us for over 55 years. In 1939, Bob Kane created Batman, a nocturnal superhero who fights crime and seeks justice against an array of criminal minds. Well, tonight we're going to tell you about the newest incarnation of this legendary crime fighter in the movie Batman Forever.
Action! Tonight, an exclusive inside look at the making of this summer's new epic adventure.
Your entrance was good.
Batman Forever.
His was better. Action! But first,
let's meet our contestants.
Doing the stunts, and you really appreciate the bat suit. There is actually a reason that he's covered in 40 pounds of rubber.
Starring Val Kilmer as the Caped Crusader.
Let me try! Let me try! Bottom of the fist!
Reach way back.
Reach way back!
Ow!
Jim Carrey as a dangerous trickster. The Riddler.
I thought I looked a lot like Michelle Pfeiffer, actually.
Tommy Lee Jones with a split personality as the villainous Two-Face.
We call it Massacre Under the Big Top.
The pressure doesn't come from the complications of the character. It comes really from the magnitude of the movie. The sets are enormous.
Nicole Kidman.
I think I'm the first female character in Batman who gets to kiss Batman.
Plays a criminal psychologist who falls in love with Bruce Wayne and Batman.
I'm a part of this whether you like it or not.
And Chris O'Donnell, who as the young acrobat Dick Grayson sees his family murdered, then dons his own mask to become Batman's famous sidekick, Robin.
2 against 2 are better odds.
We go behind the scenes with director Joel Schumacher.
I wanted to make a living comic book, and this is big. Somebody did something right when they created Batman.
Schumacher's bright new vision inspired original sets and locations.
When you've got the Batmobile going at 100 miles an hour down Wall Street, that's a pretty big challenge.
There's incredible new toys and a redesigned Batmobile. It's a story that began over 50 years ago. When Bob Kane created the Batman comic book, he launched a worldwide phenomenon that would lead to blockbuster movies, amusement park rides, Batman stunt show, and a merchandising empire. Tonight, we'll also learn the secrets of the special effects.
We can make Batman do things no normal mortal could do.
We'll discover how Batman really flies and how some of the largest movie sets in history became reality in Gotham City.
It's about a 200-story Gotham.
Tonight's show will be hosted by the actor who co-starred in Scent of a Woman and The Three Musketeers, Chris O'Donnell. So, riddle me this. Why is Batman Forever?
This is an amazing vehicle. Could you imagine being Bruce Wayne, a millionaire playboy superhero, and you get to drive this thing around every day? Well, this Batmobile is very different from anything you've ever seen before. It has new wheels that light up with the Bat logo, and a ribbed body made from the same material as jet fighters. It's a stylized automotive version of a bat, and this single fin here goes back to the Batmobile's first appearance in a 1941 comic book. The man who gets to drive this incredible machine is Val Kilmer. He's a familiar face to many, but like this car, he's brand new to Batman.
One thing I think that's really strong is that he's a human being. There isn't anything bionic, so you can relate to him. He has no problem being Batman. And that's really fun to do. I mean, the character knows what his world is about when he dons the cape, gets in the Batmobile. And then the things that are most fantastical about Bruce Wayne have to do with basic American dream ideals. He's disgustingly wealthy. He's so wealthy it never comes up. He's single. And what he chooses to do with his free time is fight an impossible battle.
Can I persuade you to take a sandwich with you, sir?
I'll get tried, sir.
We're doing the stunts, and you really appreciate the bat suit. There is actually a reason that he's covered in 40 pounds of rubber.
When I created the Batman, I never realized when I was 18 years old that it would ever become as big as it did become. But one never knows, do one?
Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. The sparks.
So you need no padding.
Action!
Only when you get hit in the lips. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot in the bat suit. Fell out of the helicopter, bang on the landing pad part of it.
Bravo, yes!
It's a real paddable thing. It's fine.
Mark.
One of the main themes is identity. Can he have a life without being Batman? His personal story is mirrored in Dick Grayson's story.
2 against 2 are better odds.
If we're the same, Bruce, help me. All right, train me. Let me be your partner.
Yeah, it's about as cool as it comes.
His parents die, and he's consumed with revenge.
It's got to go his own way. A friend taught me that.
I need a name. Batboy, Nightwing. I don't know. What do you think? What's a good sidekick name?
I was trying to think the other day what doesn't happen to him, and the only thing I could come up with is I don't think a hand grenade explodes on him. Other than that, everything. I'm blown up, walked through fire, submerged in water, buried alive, sealed into a bank vault full of acid. My brain is melted. What else happens?
That, if you can't tell, is a Riddler. And this cane is one of his favorite weapons. Riddler's bad news for Batman. In fact, he's been tormenting the Caped Crusader since 1948. Though very popular, the Riddler disappeared from the Batman stories for almost 20 years before he resurfaced in 1965. Well, now, thanks to Jim Carrey, the Riddler's back in a very big way.
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat?
Do you like when I sit like this? It looks very distinguished, doesn't it?
Who the hell are you?
Just a friend. But you can call me the Riddler. I thought I looked a lot like Michelle Pfeiffer, actually.
Spank me.
He's got a little touch of Fred Astaire, a panache, a joie de vivre.
Was that over the top?
How come I wasn't Batman? Yeah, that was it. I didn't want to be Batman. That was it. It's just a great character because I mean, he starts out, pretty much bonkers. Brainwaves.
Edward Nygma, who works for Wayne Enterprises, starts out as a techno-nerd genius with plans to be a bigger and greater electronic mogul than Bruce Wayne.
Two of a kind! It's about not loving yourself and, seeing somebody who is the guy that you'd love to be and resenting him for it.
That begins a story of revenge and jealousy and competition that drive him over the edge, and he becomes the Riddler and a criminal.
Surf's up, big kahuna! But it just takes on different forms, and he gets so full of energy and evil power that, you just can't help but love playing that.
The Riddler teams up with Two-Face to mass-produce a devious, mind-controlling invention.
It's the ultimate juice master.
Well, when I first created the Riddler, he was just a villain who used conundrums and riddles to baffle the Batman and defy him to guess what the riddles are.
With the explosions and stuff, it was me right out there. I mean, there's stuff exploding all around me. I was right out there with the blasts. Just action.
It looks real good, covered in question marks.
Challenging. In some respects, it was, unnerving.
Like the jacket?
Keeps him safe while he's jogging at night.
It keeps me safe when I'm jogging at night.
It was just a great chance to go crazy.
Still haven't figured this thing out yet. This is the Batarang. One of the reasons I was so excited about playing Robin was that I got to play with all the cool Bat gadgets. Along with the new Batmobile, there's the Batboat, the Batwing, and even the appearance of the Bat Sub for the first time, which was totally computer generated. This is the new Bat Grapple Hook. It's seen a lot of action.
That's impressive.
Basically, visual effects is combining two or more elements of film into a single scene to make it appear as though it happened all at once. We work with different components within a given scene at separate times. In this case, you're seeing a move that is being made by a motion control camera on real miniatures. Then added to this component will be a helicopter, and then Batman is going to be added as a computer-generated character on this ride through the city. The city of Gotham doesn't really exist, and as a result, rather than try to build a real city or dress a real city, we're going to build our city in miniature. You have a 3-inch figure that's at the height of a 6-foot man. So that gives you a sense of what the scale of the buildings are. I think the tallest one's about 24 feet tall.
Well, currently we've got the Batwing against a field of orange, and we'll replace the orange with the background of the Batcave itself as it travels through the Batcave.
The biggest thing about doing something like this is that you get so excited about starting it and you realize that it's a gigantic world and that you're not just doing a building or a window or a car, you're also doing the furniture, you're doing every little detail has to become part of Gotham. Nothing is a normal world.
We have a very large facility, about 137,000 square feet, and it's full up with our sets.
We see an enormous amount of the world this time, interior and exterior.
A movie studio's stage is about 30,000 square feet, so it gives you a sense of the scope.
And the Batcave is 4 or 5 levels. So there's the upper level, there's a subterranean cave, and then there's even a sub cave where the Batboat sits on water. You get to see the Batboat. You get to feel like you're in the Batboat. You get to see the Batmobile in a way which it hasn't been used before.
And in this film, we do have the Batmobile driving on surfaces that would be impossible to drive on without very special adaptations.
Gadgets are all newly designed, starting even with the Batarang.
The Batwing has a variable aspect wing.
Batwing will turn into the Bat Sub. It's an enormous action-packed, much more in the James Bondian way.
This is no ordinary coin. One side good, the other bad. Just like former Gotham District Attorney Harvey Dent. Now, you might know him as Two-Face. He first appeared in DC Comics in 1942, and surprisingly, the character's never been portrayed by a live-action performer, until now. Academy Award winner Tommy Lee Jones plays this twisted role to perfection. To help him prepare for the role, Tommy had a little talk with the father of Batman, creator Bob Kane.
Let's start this party with a bang!
Bob Kane, the man who created Batman.
Remember, your bird shall have no other wings but that of a bat. Surprisingly, the inspiration for Batman came from the words and drawings of Renaissance artist Leonardo da Vinci.
This is Batman's father.
At the age of 13, Batman creator Bob Kane came across the Da Vinci design for a flying machine. And as Kane later says, there it was for me, the Batman.
A living legend.
I really enjoyed Bob Kane's company, and he was talking about all of his characters, and I said, so Bob, were you in fact thinking of Jekyll and Hyde when you came up with Harvey Two-Face? And he said, brilliant.
A, B, calling mark. 1, 2, 3, action!
The origin of Two-Face in the comic book is that he was a very handsome district attorney, Harvey Dent, and he was prosecuting a mob villain.
But when a Gotham City crime boss threw acid on Harvey Dent's face...
You're gonna make my face fall off.
Dent was transformed into a fearsome public enemy with a psychotic split personality.
Harvey Two-Face is a very complex villain because he is one side good and one side very evil.
If the Bat wants to play, we'll play!
And has to flip a coin to decide which one he's going to be.
4 heads, we accept, and tails, we blow your damn head off.
Usually what he tries to do is set a trap for Bat. He'll wreak havoc and wait until the Bat comes to restore order. and try to ambush it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It was just a great deal of fun to be a comic book villain. The pressure doesn't come from the complications of the character. It comes really from the magnitude of the movie. The sets are enormous. So, you know, the challenge really came from living with and maintaining this enormous scale.
What the hell do you want, Harvey? Want, Mr. Mayor. One simple thing. Batman, bruised, broken, bleeding. In a word,
Dad!
I've always had a lot of confidence, and I've always been, you know, completely terrified. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but it's quite true. So I'm very happy now. Being an actor is frightening. Sooner or later, in the course of a day or an hour, something scary will happen.
Cut! We have it!
I've never done anything like that before, and it was a new and very happy experience.
Even though Batman's sole purpose is to fight crime and defend against injustice, he always seems to find time to meet some of the prettiest and most adventurous women in the world.
It's the car, right? Chicks love the car.
This time it's the brilliant Dr. Chase Meridian. The good doctor likes Batman, and Bruce Wayne likes her. It's a love triangle with just two people. And the woman causing all the commotion, the beautiful Nicole Kidman. There's a song in the movie called Kiss from a Rose. A line in the song, "You became the light on the dark side of me," describes the relationship between Batman and Dr. Meridian. So to help us with the story, we went behind the scenes with Seal for the making of his new video.
And call me Jane. By the way, do you have a first name, or do I just call you Bats? She's a criminal psychologist and who happens to have sort of the perfect hair and the perfect makeup, and it's all just a bit too perfect. She's just moved to Gotham City, and that's how she first encounters Batman, and he knocks her off her feet. I mean, she can't believe him. He's just absolutely so incredible looking in his bat suit. You are interesting. I throw myself at him unabashedly.
There used to be a graying tower alone on the sea. You became the light on the dark side of me.
I like the bat signal, which obviously you're only meant to do if there is a big problem. But I like the bat signal because I just want to see him, and I want him to see me. I sort of wear a little black dress with a lot of cleavage.
You called me here for this. The bat signal is not a beeper. Direct, aren't you?
You like strong women. I've done my homework. Batman is attractive because he lives life on the edge, and he seems to be mysterious, and she doesn't really know about him. So in some ways, that's very safe for her because she knows she can never really have him.
A man can tell you so much he can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain, baby.
I think I'm the first female character in Batman who gets to kiss Batman.
I've been kissed by a rose on the grave.
I get to kiss Batman.
Don't work too late.
It was pretty exciting.
I've been kissed by a rose.
I don't like to get stuck in any one genre. I like to be versatile, change the way I look, change the way, change the characters, and that's what's appealing to me about acting.
I have to admit, playing a comic book superhero was a pretty cool job. You know, Robin first appeared in Detective Comics in 1940.
When I first created Robin, I brought it to my boss in New York. What do you think of this idea? A boy wonder fighting opposite Bruce Wayne, the Batman. He said, I'm afraid the parents may object to a boy fighting gangsters. Leave him out. I said, let's try one issue and see what happens. Well, the first book sold more with Robin than without it. He says, let's leave him in.
Working with all these actors and director Joel Schumacher was a blast. I still remember all the Batman toys I had as a kid. After all, one of the reasons Batman has endured is that it appeals to all of us, regardless of our age. One time... Excuse me, I gotta go. Crime fighter's job is never finished. I've always wanted to say that. Good night. Batman, I'll be right there. I was doing a show. Yeah, I said some good things about you. Now, I didn't tell him who you really are. Hey, do you plan on using the Batboat next weekend? Great.